Hello Lumber City members. Today is June the 2nd. It's about 8:30 in the morning Central Time. And this video is a prelude to the live hangout that we'll have coming up in the next little while. We need to schedule it so that as many people can attend as possible. And the subject of this live hangout will, of course, be to talk about Bitcoin prices and what might be happening next with Bitcoin prices, but also to continue on our expose of the price manipulating altcoin clan. And you can see that in the members area, when you click on this tab, it'll bring you to a private video that is unlisted on YouTube and embedded here so that you can watch it. And it describes what I've been doing for the research and how I pulled together all this information. And then I embedded the video here, and I also embedded these different spreadsheets. And the spreadsheets are both the same spreadsheet, sorted in a different way. And I like this spreadsheet, the best altcoin picks, and I have it opened up here. And it's sorted so that all of the ones that I found to be interesting are all up along the top here, so they're easiest to see. And you can also see in this spreadsheet which coins I have purchased a little bit of, what my entry price was, and what my exit price is already set to be. So if prices do get manipulated and go up back to even close to where they were in the past, I'll triple my money here or better. I'll double my money here. I will triple my money here. Same thing here, I'll triple my money. And I'm not putting much into it. I'm just experimenting with a very little bit, bought 2,576 coins. And when they sell out, it's going to leave me with more money for experimenting with more of them. So in this video, I want to take a closer look at some of these charts. Let's start off with this XST, which I haven't written the name in there. XST is stealth coin. Right now, this is where we are. I really don't like this hover over box on these charts. In fact, I really don't like the charts on Bittrex very much at all. But that's what we have, so that's what I'm working with. What we can see here is a little bit of volume coming in May that hasn't been there all the way through March and April. A little bit of volume here in January, not so much back here, and of course big spikes back here in August and September. And it's this little pre-spike here in August. The prices went up and then they slid back a little bit before they skyrocketed. It's those prices that are really interesting to me because prices are doing much the same thing right now. The same type of pattern, a little wee spike up and they're drifting a bit. And this kind of volume when prices are at the lowest levels tells me that I think this alt clan is buying into this coin really quietly. They just put their buy orders down at that low level, and anybody who's selling out, they'll grab those coins up and slowly collect them over a period of time. So they have thousands and thousands of coins. And then they will announce to the group, this is the coin that we're going to manipulate. And the group will buy in with this strong volume here. And the price manipulator, the leader of the clan, will likely be already having his sell orders set so that he'll be selling all the way up here as people are buying. And so this is one of the coins I think is an opportunity. And I don't have any additional Bitcoins in Bittrex to add on to this one, but I wanted to bring it to everybody's attention. That way we can go back and look at it in a little bit of time and see if my predictions are right or not. If I remove this recording window over again, we can see that it's had some new volume this last little while here, 3 Bitcoins worth of volume. And I don't know what time frame this volume is for. If I zoom this in, the volume stays the same, so I don't know what time frame that volume is for. But you can see here that through May, there's been some collection, accumulation of this coin. And then after it's announced to the clan, that's when the coins will be distributed, because the clan will drive the price up to a level that everybody else in the world is going, hey, stealth coin is finally waking back up again, and they start buying. But that's exactly the time the clan will be selling out, and we want to get prepared for that. So heading back to the chart here, let's go look at XST. Let me put this in here. Now we look at XC. You can see that XC, the X currency, was quite strong here for a long time and has petered way down. And I don't know if this one's going to be manipulated in the near future or not. But it's interesting that when you zoom in on this chart, this is actually could have been a small manipulation here where prices were, say, down at 12,700 and just sort of hanging around there. And then they went up to 22,000 Satoshi. And that is pretty much doubling your money just on a small move like that. You can see that just recently somebody made a big dump and got rid of as money as they could, right back down to that 1200 level, and then prices were bought back in again. There is a bit of volume. There's 1.4 Bitcoins of volume in the last recent while. And so this could be something that would be ready for manipulating, but it would also be something to put your buy orders in down at around the 1200, 10,000 level, 12,000 level, and hang out with that one. So this one I'm not as excited about as the stealth coin. Let's go on to the next one. Bitstake, let's go look at that one. Now Bitstake is a bit more interesting because it's really gone through a large range in the last little while there in April. Definitely a pump and dump. And I would say the preparation and the accumulation for this pump and dump was done here, where the group is buying in slowly and quietly and just slowly buying in, and then they announce it to the group. And so as the group is buying in, this is when the group leader is likely selling out to everybody. And this is also when the public is starting to get excited and they're buying in, and the rest of the group is selling out to the public. And then the group is selling, they see the prices coming down, so they're starting to sell hard. But public hasn't given up yet. They're still buying and hoping. And then more of the dump comes in. Everybody gets demoralized, and the coin just sort of gets quiet and forgotten here. So if we zoom in and we look at the prices, what levels we're looking at here is 15,000 Satoshi, thereabouts. So this would be something that I don't know how soon it'll be before the next pump hits this, but the prices are back down to really important levels here, 7,500, low of 3,500, highs of 4,300. Could be a coin to get prepared with. So this one is still not as exciting to me as the stealth coin was, but certainly has the potential that if it's going up from this, where are we now? 13,000 to 17,000, where here prices, even if we go back here, prices are at 62,000. And that is a really nice 400% gain in your money, and as much as 600 or 700% gain at the very top there. So there's really nice potential to buy in now and set your sell orders all the way up at, say, 50,000 and take that bit of profit. That's a nice double your, triple your money kind of play. And again, there's no way to know when they're going to manipulate the prices on this, but since they've done it 3 times in the past and prices are down to a nice little low level again, it's a low risk play to get prepared, take a position in the market, and wait for them to take their action. Now let's take a look at the next one. The next one is Voyeur coin. I don't know what it is at all. I didn't check into it. I didn't go to its website and read up about what's the coin about or anything like that. But it's been manipulated 3 times in the past, and you can see here that I bought 1,300 of them at a price of an average of about 338 Satoshis. And I have my sell order already set in place at 1,300 Satoshis. And let's go take a look at that chart. So prices right now, the bid ask is still down around the levels where I bought it at. It's still sleepy and hanging out there. And I put my price levels at 1,300 Satoshi, which I'm really not expecting it to go through the roof. But if it goes up just this amount, say to here, even this, it's not a far distance for it to go, really, and it's done it in the past. They've manipulated this 3 times in the past. It's a very cheap investment to put in just a sliver of Bitcoins because the price of them is only 338 Satoshi. Really easy to put in just a little bit of money, and if it goes up, I triple, quadruple my money, and then I can do the same thing again and do the same thing again. This is the kind of stuff that I'm looking for. Let's look at another one. So now let's go look at Sonic Coin, another one that I've invested in. I bought at 309 and I have my sell order already at 12.99. And so we can see the prices here really went through some amazing spikes here. I have my sell order at 12.99, which is in this area here. A little bit lower than this. So if it comes up to these levels, then I'll be selling out of my coin and it'll be sold out automatically. So let's zoom in a little bit and take a look at this, the recent prices. See, prices have been down to as much as 216 and then quickly rose up to 537. And here's where I bought in. And now prices are showing a little bit of increase just off of that. And I think it could be one of the next ones that they will manipulate again. So it's nice to have a little stake in this and be prepared with the position in the market. And then I just sit back and let them do the work. And if prices come back up just to this level over here, I'll sell out, and that quadruples my money. If it goes up higher than that, fantastic. I'm not going to jump in and buy again on the rise, because that is what the public will be doing. They'll be buying in at that time, and that's when we want to be selling out. So getting the idea of buying in when it's really quiet and then preparing and having your position in the market is really key to not getting that fear of missing out and jumping on a bandwagon when it's too late. Let's go look at the other ones that I've purchased into. So there's Halcyon Coin and Executive Coin. So the long-term chart of Halcyon Coin, there was a big pump at the very beginning when the coin first came out, and then dumped hard and just sort of went down to nothing. It seems like it went down to nothing, but when we zoom in, it's still important to know that these kind of ranges where we're going from 200 Satoshi and it's peaking at 1300, you're more than tripling your money, quadrupling your money. It's actually quite an amount of movement there, even though over the long term it looks kind of flat. And so I did buy in here the other day, and I have my sell price already set. So I bought in the Halcyon Coin at 981, and I've got my stop set at 1757. So if we take a look at that again, I got in at 9, right around the range it is now, very close to this range. You could still get in at the very same price as me, and I have my price higher than that. Let's zoom back out a bit and see where my price is. At the top of this first little peak at the end of this downtrend, that's where my sell order is. So if things come up just the first little bit in this old pump, not even up to this shoulder here, which would be 23,000, mine isn't at 13,000, it's at 1,700. So I'm really not holding on and expecting a huge bubble like it had before. I just want to double my money on this one. It could go much higher, and that would be fantastic. But for me, I'm just going to take double my money and get out of there, because I'm not sure if they're going to be manipulating this one again. Let's go look at the last one here for this video, is Executive Coin. So this one was pumped and dumped a number of times and looks like it's ready to be done again. If we go back, what was the date on this? November 24th. Go back to November. Here it is, November 24th. This is when they pumped it up, and then they let her dump, and then there's probably another date in the spreadsheet that shows that they pumped it up here, because this is a coin that they did 3 times in their spreadsheet that they share. And so I bought into this one. And I bought in while it's nice and quiet and laying flat like this. There's not a lot of volume. The bid and the ask is between 311 and 339. 306 and 339 now. And so there's lots of opportunity to buy into this. And at 300 Satoshi, it is cheap like crazy. And it doesn't take much to purchase in a couple thousand coins. Very, very cheap. And then I've got my stop set at 1501, which again is really conservative, I think, in comparison what this has done in the very recent past. 15, so I'm looking for it to come up to these levels again that they were in February, not even to the levels that they were back in the November pump where they went up to 17 to 2000. So this one, I'm looking for these levels here coming up to these tops, and then I want to sell out at that same time. So I may even change that so that it's at 1300 thereabouts. Yeah, 1300 would be a more realistic. Catch it before any kind of drop. So if it goes up, I take my profits, and there again, that is tripling or quadrupling the profits, the investment from there. And so it doesn't take much of an investment to start out on this. You can start off with very little 0.1, 0.2 Bitcoin and start playing around with this, putting in some of these investments, and then we'll watch it on a regular basis. And if I see something taking off, for certain, I'll send out a notice and tip everybody that if you see something taking off, add that to our forum so that everybody has a chance to get in there and start benefiting from this. Let's work together as a group and let's all get wealthy. There is an endless amount of money in the world. All we need to do is direct it into our wallets. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I hope this is really helpful for everybody.